Hi everybody, Beansie here. Hey listen, I've got a special treat for you guys today. A special treat for me more than anything. I have a plant order that has just arrived. Super stoked, been waiting a couple days. Thought it wasn't gonna come for 3 more days. Very, very excited that it did come today. And I wanted to share it with you guys because this is a new plant that I'm going to be trying. I've never had one before, and this is it. It's my little package. There are 3 plants in here. Where I ordered it from is a company called Curious Plant. You can go check them out at curiousplant.com. The owner, Elizabeth McGee, swell lady, sent me a wonderful letter advising me, to be sure to read the instructions on their website about acclimating my plants and whatnot when I get them. And she does know, I did tell her, I believe, that I've never had these before. So, I'm super excited with my box cutter. There it is. I am super excited. This just came about 10 minutes ago, and I got my stuff all set up so we could film. I tore my address off because y'all don't need to know where I live. So let's cut this open and see what we've got inside. I know the species that I ordered, but there are a couple different genuses, and I don't remember those. Again, I'm new to these plants. So I am so freaking excited right now, you guys. And I did say they were carnivorous, right? You can see I've had a pitcher plant. I've had pitcher plants before. I had a Cirrus once, and I promptly murderized it. And I've got a couple of Venus flytraps. Now, oh, look at that. That's wonderful. I get a certificate of nursery inspection from the Department of Agriculture in Ohio, which is where Curious Plant is located. That's super exciting. Always love that. Loveland, Ohio. That's where they are. Oh, this is wonderful. I'm so excited, Elizabeth. Oh, and that's even better. Look, on the back of that certification, it's got the acclimation instructions as well as the website, how to directly get to the acclimating page, which is great. I've already read it. Easy peasy, follow instructions. That's great. So, we'll put that there. We've got, there's their names. Okay. Awesome possum. I wonder if they're going to be marked individually. I hope so. Look at that. Worm bin food. Look, we got one sitting right on top. How rad is that? Curious plant. Curious plant. Oh, look at you, little lovely. Oh, wonderful, wonderful packaging. The paper towel still looks moist. You can see the condensation built up there. Gosh, I hope this is not blurry. I have such trouble with that. That would be such a shame. I can't see my camera, what you're seeing. I hope this isn't bad. Oh, I'm so excited. This one is a Drosera Capensis albino. I know in America we usually say albino, but the rest of the world says albino. So I'm going to say albino because I'm going to gauge that that's probably a more accurate pronunciation. Oh, and I just love it. The little plant tag I can reuse or put it in his little pot. Oh, look at that. This is much larger than I thought it was going to be. Oh, look at these. Nice and moist, nice and wet. I see green through the paper towel. Oh no, let's open this up. We don't want to hurt him. They're very delicate. And she did, it was very kind of her in the letter. She did let me know, being that they're traveling, they may be in a little shock. Oh my goodness, look at that. I did order the bare root because I have plenty of media to use myself, but I did look on their website. Holy macaroni Batman. Would you just look at that? Look at those gorgeous roots. Look at that. We've got a fresh root coming in right there. Oh, look at that. Those are happy little dudes. These are much larger than I thought they were going to be. Much, much larger. I thought they would be maybe about half the size. So, excellent job on picking out some very nice specimens, Madam Elizabeth. I'm going to get my tweezers here. I don't want to touch it with my fingers. Let's pull these leaves apart a little bit. They do actually have a bit of dew on them. You can see all their beautiful little fine hairs. He's got some soil in him. We've got some new leaves coming in here. It's sporadic, but I can see the moisture. I can see dew that the potting soil is actually sticking to. And you can see they're sticking to each other. And it's more than just their little hairy hairs doing it. Oh, isn't that wonderful? Isn't he lovely? I want to separate these leaves. We don't want them sticking together. Here, we'll bring this a little bit. I'm so hyper paranoid right now that I'm going blurry. I'm trying to remedy that, guys. I need an actual camera and I need to stop using my phone. Hello, darling. Aren't you beautiful? What an excellent, what a gorgeous specimen, Elizabeth. Thank you so much. Oh, yes. And again, let's look at those roots. Oh, those are solid. Solid as a rock. And he's got some nice fine ones there at the bottom. So we got that new one there. Oh, we've got a new, looks like a new little arm wants to come up there. Can we see that? Am I totally out of frame? Oh my goodness, I hope not. Awesome. Drosera Capensis albino. All right, we're going to park that gorgeous baby right there, right after I got his leaves done being unstuck. Here, let's put him back, at least his roots, back in his little paper towel while we unwrap his brothers and sisters. There we are. Excellent. Layer number 2. Boom, boom, boom. Worm food. Ooh, look at there. Look at there. I love your packaging, Elizabeth. It's smart. It's efficient. I love that. This is a Drosera Venusta. That is what this one is. Aren't you adorbs? Look, you can see him through the edge there. Isn't he cute? I believe this is one of the spatula style. I wanted to get both different kinds. I've been wanting to have these for a really, really, really long time. Droseras in specific. But before I lived in the state that I live now, I lived in Nevada, southern Nevada, the desert. And the idea of the maintenance and how I would have to house them and just the extent, I just wasn't interested. It was just difficult and I wasn't ready for that. But now I live in a much more humid area. These guys have an area where they're going to be hanging out. They're going to live by a humidifier, a little tabletop humidifier that's keeping some of our other plants humid. Ah, Drosera Venusta. All right. Gosh, I hope you're not blurry. Let me pop up here and take a peek. All right, we're doing all right. Now that I've looked, it's going to go out of frame, watch. All right, let's take this off very gently. We'll peel it back so we can see what we're looking at. Look at that little baby. He's so cute. Oh my goodness sakes, he's so cute. Oh, he still has some dew on him too, Elizabeth. Well done. He's got quite a bit of dew, actually. I'll try to get some close-up shots of these later. Like I said, I work off my phone, so I don't know. I'm leaning it towards me so I can see it. I'm all, forget you guys. Look, we've got some new leaves coming in there. Awesome. This one's unfurling. Aren't they beautiful? I just love that color. They look like little sugar candy crystals. And one of the reasons why I'm getting these is, I don't know if you saw on the page, since our worm bin fiasco with the millet, I've developed a really bad fungus gnat problem. And because I keep all my plants in the same area, I'm chasing them. So I stuck one of the Venus fly traps down by them. And that was really good, but I don't want to kill that one like I killed my last with too much food. So this is what these guys are actually going to be doing in my house, is not only they're going to be bringing me much joy and pleasure by being their beautiful little selves, but they're going to be working as well. They're going to be helping to keep all of our houseplants healthy. Isn't that lovely? All right, we'll tuck him in. One of the things I did read, which was good because I thought maybe this is what I would have to do, would be to give these guys a mist when they came in. But as I was reading on the site, on the instructions, it was saying that that is actually not what you want to do, because they work really hard to build that dew up. And when you spritz them, you're actually washing away the dew that they worked so hard to build up in order to feed themselves. So we're not going to spray these guys. We're going to keep that little dude all tucked up. I'm so excited. I can see this one poking out the edge too. I'm cutting his tape here. All right, this one is the Drosera Spatulata Fraser Island. You can kind of see him poking out the side there. Fraser Island. Where is Fraser Island? I'll have to look Fraser Island up. I don't know why Nova Scotia's poking out of my head when I think that. Oh, beauty. Look at you. Look at you. Oh, Elizabeth, you did such a fantastic job. I cannot thank you enough for picking out such lovely specimens to send me. Oh, this is wonderful. He's got a lot of dew on him too. And look at that. It looks like he's got some flowers coming up there. Oh my goodness. Look at those colors. How beautiful. How beautiful. I don't know if the camera's picking them up. Rabbit, get out of the cat food. You're a dog. Isn't that beautiful? I don't know what to say. I'm just so in awe of how beautiful they are. How healthy they look. Lovely greens. I don't actually have my shop light up right now. I'm actually rearranging my plant area, so my shop light's down. So I'm using a couple dome lights. I hope it's all showing up well. We're gonna get some closer shots later though. Oh my goodness. Beautiful. Elizabeth, you have outdone yourself. Now let's go ahead and tuck him back in there. And what we're going to do is we are going to pot these guys up in some medium. And then we are going to go through the appropriate steps of the acclimation as per directed on the CuriousPlantTalk.com website. You can see right there, CuriousPlant.com, easy peasy. Not only are these plants absolutely gorgeous, but the website is gorgeous as well. It's very elegant, very clean, very streamlined, very direct and to the point, which I appreciate considering how much time I can spend online. Worm food. You know what? This whole box is worm food. I don't know who I'm fooling. Yeah, buddy. Let's get that out of the way. So we're gonna get that set up, and I'm so beyond stoked right now. I can't tell you. I just can't tell you. Aren't you a happy little fellow? What is your name gonna be, little dude? How long till you guys tell me your names? I don't know. You're definitely a dude. Yeah, you're a dude. You're gonna look awesome in that jar. All right, cool. I'm gonna get our stuff set up to pot them. We'll be right back. So this is the jar that I wanted to put the Droseras in. But as you can see, there is a baby pitcher plant in there right now who's keeping humid because he's only got... Oops, my tripod's moving. This little pitcher here, that one's open, but there's one on the other side that isn't open yet. And as you can see, he's got lots of new leaves coming in that are going to have pitchers on them. And he needs to stay humid. So he's going to end up actually being in there for a little while. So I think I'm going to have to find a different vessel, maybe even a jar exactly the same as this for our Droseras to hang out. That big boy is pretty big though, so he might get one of these all by himself. I'm not sure yet. But what, you know, it's just a regular $7 jar. I've actually got, whoops, clang clang, a dollar store candle holder that I'm using as a lid, and it's nice and flat so I can set something on top, you know, if I want. Let's see if our tripod will let us get up in here and get a good look at that guy. That's not terrible. So yeah, he's gonna hang out in there for a little while, and we'll find a better home for our new Droseras. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do right now, because we have what we need to do is we need to pot these and bag them up for 2 to 3 days so that they don't go into humidity shock, because where they grew up is much more humid than where I have it, even with my little humidifier floating away up there. So we're gonna help these guys out with as much as possible. I've got little pots here. What I'm gonna do is, they're kind of big little pots, but I think I might keep them in here for a little while. Maybe even find a bigger vessel for them to be humid in other than that glass jar, because I'm not gonna, whoa, dropping rocks. I'm not gonna pot them up in here and then repot them in 2 weeks into the jar. That pitcher plant I think is gonna be in there a little longer than that. So we're gonna make up a whole new, I think, area for them guys. Maybe even get a second one of those jars for these guys. This guy's really big though. He is so much bigger than I expected. Yay me. Hey Elizabeth. There, that's good. That he's gonna spread out really good. But from what I understand, all these carnivorous plants are pretty slow growers anyway, so I don't think I'm too terribly freaked out about him touching the edge of that jar anytime soon. So what I just did is for a little extra drainage weight and to block the holes that are, as you can kind of see there, somewhat large in the bottom of these little pots. Threw some lava rocks down in there. I think, where'd it go? There it is. I'm gonna put a little bit of sphagnum moss from Zoomed Company, you know, in the reptile section. We're going to put a little moss in the bottom of there so we don't have our soil flying through to the bottom, and to sort of, you know, give it a little more density down there. We don't want too much though. We don't want it breaking down too terribly fast and feeding the plant by the roots. So I'm going to get a little more there, fluff it up some, put it in the bottom. And the soil that we're going to use is pretty straightforward. It's a perlite and peat mix, mostly peat, as you can see. It is a little moistened, mostly just so I can, you know, pinch it and grab it. But that's what we're going to use. Let's move our moss out the way, lava rocks out the way. Okay, and we're going to come back. Hang on, there we go. There's one. Ooh, we lost some moss there. Excellent. Pack this down a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pack it down a little bit. We're going to set our little dudes in there, and then we'll put a little more soil on top of them. There's one. There's two. Pack that down. And this will settle a little bit also, you know, once we get a little more water running through it. Am I sounding all froggy and groggy? I'm almost struggling to find something to say. I just want to like look and focus and be like, yeah. All right. Need a little more soil in there. Okay, I did put a couple tablespoons of vermiculite in here. I read the package and it didn't really say anything kind of weird, but I don't want to run the risk of the vermiculite breaking down too many minerals in the soil. I just ran out of perlite. It's on the list. It's on the list. It's on the list. All right. Yes, I'm so excited. We're going to put their little fritzies in their soil. Okay. Where's my tongs? Where's my tongs? All right. We got our Fraser Island, Drosera Spatulata Fraser Island. We're going to pull him out now. We're going to put him doodaloo. All right, boogaboo. You know what? I'm going to do this. We're going to just slide that whole cup out. We love you. We love you. You're so beauty mess. There you go. Let's unhook that little buddy there. Oh, aren't you lovely? Let's try to get up underneath there. All right, got his roots wrapped. Well done. Look at that job she did. She literally wrapped the towel, is my tongs in the way, around his little roots and up underneath his leaves. That's care. That's somebody you want to buy plants from, you guys. Not only is the site beautiful, and as the packaging, as you can see, is so friendly, but her prices are so beyond reasonable. You know, I do a lot of online shopping, and I do a lot of places, and I'm so happy that I found Curious Plant because the prices are reasonable. I loved the look and the feel of the website, and what is super duper duper extra awesome on top of that, all orders only have a $5 shipping fee. Yes, you did hear that correctly. Anything you order from Curious Plant has a $5 shipping fee. And that makes me very happy because I've called myself a cheapskate many times. The truth is I'm very frugal. I've raised a family. I've been taking care of my family since I was 10 years old, and Mom taught me the ways. Am I in a frame? I hope not. I'm digging a little hole here so we can get him some roots down in there. And, you know, when it comes to doing stuff for myself, buying things, spending money, stuff like that, I find a very frugal and efficient way to go about it. And one of the things that's actually a giant turnoff of a lot of places that I order, whether it's my shrimp, my snails, any supplies for any of my critters, anything, plants, the shipping actually plays a big part of who I buy from. Because I don't want my shipping to be more than the purchase itself. Ah, you fell, little brother. Pick you back up. His roots are so long. I think I might need to make a bigger hole. Let's get him down in there. Aren't you lovely? I'm going to hold on to him. I'm sorry I'm touching your dude, little dude. We're going to tuck that stuff down there. Get his roots in there. Oh, aren't you so cute? I know he's poking up a little bit. Let's give him a little extra soil. I don't want to get it on his little spatulatums. I'm going to do this. We're going to be very gentle because they're very delicate. And my cats will be nowhere near these little boogaboos. Oh, I don't want to hurt him. You know what? Let's just take some of this guy's soil since he's here. Instead of reaching over. There we go. That makes Mama happier. All right, tuck you there, and we'll spin you around. We'll lift you up. Hold ya. Oh, we gotta spin. Put a little more soil in there for you, little buddy. I'm so happy right now. My heart is so full of joy. Tamp that down some. Oh, aren't you a happy boy? Are you a boy too? Let's grab his little leaf there. There we go. Did he just tell me he was a boy? Most of my plants are boys. Oops. It's probably because I only have one child, and it's a boy. Therefore, all little beings are boys. Okay, that'll settle a little bit. That'll settle. Let's take a look around at his roots. He's got good anchorage. It's not very centered. He'll settle in. He'll settle in. We're going to give him a drink and settle him in a little more after this. Oh my goodness. Isn't that cute? Look, he's got little flowers. Isn't he lovely? Oh, that one's... Oh, he's just curly. He's fine. All right. So we've got that one done. Oh, let's put our little... Whoops. Let's put our stick in there. Thank you so much, Elizabeth, for thinking of that beforehand and including it as part of the labeling. Again, very efficient. I appreciate it. We'll slide that down in like that. And there he is. Uh-oh, we've got some, I think, perlite on him there. Yeah, let's pull that perlite off him. We don't want it interfering with his dew. There we are. Aren't you just adorbs? Oh my God, I love you so much. I'm going to take good care of you, I promise. All right, we're going to put him off to the side here. And let's get our second one going. I'm going to need some more soil. Since we robbed that one. All right, I wonder if his roots are going to be as big. Probably, huh? Well done, by the way. You've raised some beautiful children. All right, let's get that back open. Let's lift that out and unwrap him. Aren't you cute? Aren't you cute? Looks like a little fairy just ran by and threw a dash of glitter on you. Aren't you awesome, dude? You're so cute. I love you so much. Let's get him unwrapped. Beautiful folding again. Do you do origami as well, Elizabeth? I did also find a curious plant on Instagram. So if you're not, I don't do Facebook, so I don't know if you've got a site there. Or they've got a site there. Hi. Aren't you beauty mess? Look at you. Look at you. But you can always try to find them over on Facebook. You know, but like I said, just go to CuriousHousePlant.com. I am fully endorsing Elizabeth McGee and her company. Because, hello. Am I out of frame again? I am after a year of doing this, and I still suck at this. All right, we're going to lower him down in there, tuck his little roots down. We're going to try to hold on to him there. Let's hold on center, and then we're going to push our soil down. Try to anchor those roots we got buried. Awesome. He's going to need more soil also. We'll just start us a little extra pile there. I've never even planted one. Obviously, I've never had these, so obviously I've never planted one. But yeah, I'm being hypersensitive about how I'm doing this. They're so delicate. I love them so much. Pack that down. Then we will grab him and slide him over like that. And then spin. And then add soil. Tamp. Straighten. Tamp. Aren't you beauteous? Look at you. Tamp that down. Tamp that down. Your watering will get you nice and settled in there, buddy. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Oh, fairy glitter all over him. He's all Just leave Mother Nature alone, and this is what she'll come up with. Isn't he cute? He's got new little leaves coming in the center. I just love that crimson red. So pretty. All right, we're going to put him to the side now. Now it's time to do our big boy. So we're going to dump some of this since we know what his roots already look like. Okay, there we go. Let's make him a nice living space in there. Hello, darling. Hello, darling. Hello. We gotta try to make sure really bad that we don't get that. Can you see it? That little bitty leaf right there? Well, unfortunately, my memory space on my phone filled up and it shut my camera off, so we didn't get to finish planning the big boy together. So I thought I would come back, and obviously it's little humidromy little thing that he's in right here. We missed all that too. But what it is it's a big giant 1.5 gallon Ziploc bag that has a zipper top that I can open up in small increments. The instructions per on the website were to put them inside a bag completely closed because they're used to really high humidity, and I can guarantee you it's more humidity than is in my home. Even with the little humidifier going. So we're going to put them in this bag for 2 to 3 days with the top completely sealed. And then in 3 days, we're going to open up our top of our bag about that much, about 20%. And the day after that, we're going to open it up another 20% and so on until we have the bag completely opened. And at that point, they should be hardened off enough and used to the humidity in my home. So yeah, big boy got a little droopy. So I couldn't go ahead and pull them out and, reshoot all that stuff because they're very delicate and they needed some humidity. So we had to move fast. I couldn't reshoot anything. But yeah, they're going to live in this bag on a shelf with no lights, on the bottom shelf of a plant shelf. How many more times can I say shelf? Shelf, shelf, shelf. So they're not being stressed out. And, I'll check back on them in a few days and we'll see how they're doing. Okay, so it's 3 days later, and we're going to open the top of the bag here. We're going to unzip it to about right there to let a little bit of airflow get in. But if we can look through the bag here, this big boy, he's perked up a little bit. I'm a little concerned about his little arms touching the sides of the bags, though. That's been worrying me the last 3 days. So I think we might actually move him into his jar. Can we see that one through there? Okay, he's getting some dew on him. That's good. We've got some water pooled up in the bottom of the bag down there to make sure they've got lots of moisture, and you can kind of see the moisture built up on the bag there. So that's good. Let's see if we can get a good look at this guy. All right, he's not looking super happy, I don't think. I mean, I'm new to these plants, but he looks a little dull in color. So I'm hoping he's getting enough moisture. So yeah, there we go. Ah, focus. Okay, so this is what I actually ended up doing rather than open up the bag because I started seeing signs of mold on the plants. I went ahead and I made these little jugs for them. You can kind of see I split the tops. I've got some air holes drilled in the top so that, you know, they can get a little natural air and oxygen flow in there. I don't mind if they stay in there and stay humid. They don't have to actually acclimate to, you know, my house. I want to make a little bog terrarium, so it's fine if they stay in here indefinitely. But yeah, so that's what I decided to do. You can see I cut it and it's just got tape, so all I have to do is lean the top back and we can get in there and take a look. And if you see, I don't know if they'll show up, but I just also dumped a bunch of springtails in there, in all of them actually. So let's get that lid closed. Nice and snug. There we go. To help with the mold problem. That, if you can see, I don't know if you can, my lid keeps falling. Right there at the tip, I'm going to shake a little bit. There's my finger. There it is. On this flower here, it started molding. Let's see if we can zoom in on that. So rather than let that happen, I put them, like I said, each in their own individual, I'm shaking so bad, I'm so sorry guys, little pseudo terrarium. It's not going to want to focus, but that's okay. He's still looking pretty good. There we are. Yeah, see, he's getting some dew up. So we're going to put his lid back on him. And we did end up sticking Big Boy in the jar. Oops, let me zoom out. We did put Big Boy in the jar, and I feel a lot better about the fact that he's not touching the side so much. I'm getting some drainage in my water. This is 100% pure distilled water, and I'm not sure what's coloring it, so I might have to rinse him through a little better. I don't want him getting nutrients that way. So, but he has perked up a little bit. He's not as perky as he was when he arrived. But that could be because he's not had any air also. And he's kind of been in that bag. So we're going to leave him in there. And, you know, at some point, we'll do an update on these guys.